Radio.
Welcome to the coronavirus pandemic. I'll take coronavirus for 100. Fever, chills, shortness of breath, loss of taste or smell. What is stay at home and isolate? Correct.
Coronavirus for 200.
Inability to stay awake, persistent pain or pressure in chest, trouble breathing. What is seek immediate help? Correct.
Coronavirus for 500.
Crippling and potentially dead infectious disease eliminated the United States with vaccination.
What is the polio vaccine?
Correct.
I'll take coronavirus for 700.
The Daily Double! Should I take the coronavirus vaccine? Wait. Hold up. This is not a game. It's time for serious discussions. We have coronavirus vaccines, but not everyone is comfortable taking them. Here's the facts. Based on what has been proven about vaccines for other diseases, COVID-19 vaccine may help keep you from getting seriously ill, even if you do get the virus. Getting vaccinated also may protect people around, particularly those at greater risk for severe illness from COVID-19. We don't yet have all of the answers. Get informed, talk to your healthcare physician, and make the right decision for you. This is a message supported by the Washington State Department of Health.
Women Empowerment Talk Radio, your roadmap to business success. Tune in every Sunday at 3 p.m. on Rainier Avenue Radio.world, providing resources and sharing motivational experiences from the everyday entrepreneur. Tune in Women Empowerment Talk Radio every Sunday, 3 p.m. on Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
The beat of the Fox with nastiness is back on K-Fox Night Beat.
Yo, what's the deal? It's the legendary Hall of Fame DJ Mixmaster Ice from UTFO.
What's up? Who you thought this is? This is Sir Mix-a-Lot.
And this is Terry Lewis.
And I'm Grand Mixer GMS.
What's up, y'all? This is DJ Third Degree.
This is JJ Hudson from the High Children family.
Sunday nights from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's K-Fox Night Beat with DJ Nastiness.
Bringing back the memories.
Bringing back the memories.
Bringing Seattle's hottest music.
Bringing Seattle's hottest music. Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
That's my noise. Peace.
How would COVID vaccines work in your body? Here are 3 things to know. Number 1, a vaccine is basically a training session for the immune system. Vaccines teach the immune system to look for the key features of a virus. So when a virus does show up, it's ready to fight it off. Number 2, a vaccine gives your body a plan to recognize the virus. Then your immune system starts preparing by making antibodies, or fighter cells, that stay in your blood as protection in case the virus tries to invade. What this means is you get immunity against the disease without having to get sick first. Number 3, when enough people's bodies know how to fight off a virus, it has nowhere to go. That slows the spread. When people get a vaccine, we're able to stop the spread quicker and get closer to ending the pandemic. To learn more, go to covidvaccinewa.org. A message from the state of Washington.
This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not busy tearing the roof off the suckers, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
These days, I'm gonna get it right. Welcome everyone to Clean Greens Living. This is your girl Queen Bree and Robyn T. We are broadcasting on Rainier Avenue Radio. What's going on, Robyn?
Hi, Queen Bree. How are you? It's great to be here today.
It's good. I'm doing good. I feel like, am I screaming? Sometimes I feel like I'm screaming. I'm doing good. I'm very proud of us. We are boss chicks. Robyn and I were out on the farm today, and here we are.
Yeah, we've already done our farming. We've already done our farming and all of our admin and whatnot, and we're here again to talk to you all on the radio, on Rainier Avenue Radio, and we are coming to you from Seattle, Washington. Also, this is the land of the Duwamish Nation, and we would like to honor that we are on Duwamish land today, and that music you were hearing in the background was original music created by Cuddy Fresh, aka Carrie Williams. And we have a lot of updates from the farm, don't we?
Yes, but before we get farm updates, I want to remind everybody to check out boys Metro League high school football this week. Tomorrow, Friday, Lincoln versus Chief Sealth, September 24th, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and Garfield versus Ballard to the same day at 7:45. So don't forget to support the boys and check out Rainier Avenue Radio tomorrow, 5 p.m. and 7:45 p.m. I think it's so cute. I like to make sure that we announce that they're playing so we can support our kids. And I think it's really cool how Rainier Avenue Radio highlights a high school athlete I think it's going to be each week or so. I can't remember, but I think that's really cool. And one of the kids that are getting highlighted this week, I actually know, but I won't say names just in case it's a secret. So back to you with the updates.
Oh, yeah, it is sweet. I guess they're doing some really cool, new, innovative broadcast techniques. So you'll be able to feel like you're right in the action at those games. So that's really fun. Yes, at the farm, we had a great time today. First of all, we got to try one of the first ever Clean Greens watermelons.
Yay! Oh, I wish we could have got the picture into D-Money in time.
Man, we got it on the gram, so you can go see.
It was this whole production. It was like the cut. We have someone there record, not just for the watermelon though, but it got recorded. It's gonna be out there, so I'm excited. And I heard the watermelon was really good. Did you try?
It was so good. Oh, I did. I totally tried. I was trying not to be too eager and first in line, but they were like, "Do you want some?" I'm like, "Yeah." It was delicious, and there were pumpkins and delicata squash and all sorts of volunteers out there today. It was a good time.
It was. Don't ever be scared to be the first in line. I try to be at the first in line for so many reasons. Number one being that I'm a germaphobe and I want to be the first before anybody else breathes over anything. But also, if you sit back, you probably won't get fed.
That's true. Oh no, I'll get right in there in the middle. I always make sure I get some actually. But that's a good point.
Well, that's so cool that there was watermelon. It looked good. I heard it was good. I was about to say outhouse. It's not an outhouse. The greenhouse looks amazing. The last time I was there was no doors. Now there's these cute sliding doors going back and forth with produce planted in the ground. It's salads, right, in there so far?
Yeah, little lettuces. So there's going to be some Clean Greens salads. So Clean Greens is known for all the veggies, all the wonderful greens, beautiful kale this year. The collards are back. And beautiful. Yeah. But there's going to be additional salad greens. So keeping up with the name Clean Greens, you're going to be able to get delicious salad greens as well soon.
Well, I'm happy the collards are back. And for a minute there, you go out there and you don't realize just a couple of weeks ago that we stripped the collards because we were having the flea bug situation. Now you go out there and they are like back strong, like nothing ever happened. Those pictures are also on the ground if you guys want to show. We were super women today and we didn't have time to send in pictures, but next week we'll come back with the pictures. But on the gram, there are the collards are in beautifully. The kale lasts so well out there. And then, sorry, I was just catching up with that note. But yeah, so I'm excited about the collards being back and about the season.
Really? Yeah, I know. It's like it's getting colder and you start to think like, oh, the season's over because it's so abundant in July. But it really keeps kicking in October and September, but through to October. And I was telling one of our chef partners that gets produce from us, of course, shout out to Communion Restaurant. We went to drop off collards to them today, and I was telling them the story as well of how 2 weeks ago the collards were this, they were tiny, and then now they're like,
huge.
Yeah, they're like half as tall as I am. And that happens in 2.5 weeks. So there is an abundance of food, and we have so much to give away. There it is. He went to the gram. Oh, we appreciate you, Daniel.
They were so cute. They were, oh my God, a couple of weeks ago, it was like you would have thought that we had a famine going on, but look at those greens.
Yeah, a few weeks ago they looked like the little like Charlie Brown Christmas tree, and then now they're like they really did. They were stripped all the way down, and then they just grew right back.
And shout outs, thank you, Daniel, and shout out to Communion because they gave us a little shout out themselves on our post, and I just wanted to say an official thank you. And that brings me to when I was talking to one of the volunteers out on the when we were out there today on the farm. She's talking about everyone turning. I see things about clean greens. And that is comforting to know that the word is getting out, that we are here doing the work and people are seeing that. And we can continue on this mission to feed and educate our community. There's so many cool pieces that are coming up. And I normally like to surprise Robyn on the show, but I won't surprise her today. I'm going to tell her in person, and then we'll tell you guys on the show next week about something that's coming up and Clean Green. So keep listening.
Yes, that'll be exciting.
Right. And then I just realized we are 9 months into our show. 9 months, and I feel like we are birthing something huge, you guys. And I'm just so excited, and I can't wait to see what comes to our show. And I feel like we should plan like a cute little celebration for our 1 year show anniversary. We'll see what happens.
That is such a good idea. That is so fun. I can't believe this year flew by.
It flew by, and remember how we were so scared? Like, what are we gonna say? Can we talk for 30 minutes? And we have talked and needed more time. Another thing I wanted you guys to save the date for is our harvest dinner. Save the date. November 16th is the date. We are still planning. We will let you know when things are confirmed, but we have a very special guest.
Yes,
We're
we
super
do.
excited. We cannot share who yet until we put our final touches on the plans, but you guys stay tuned. There is so much that's about to happen at this harvest dinner. I'm super excited to come.
Yes, it is going to be really exciting. We've been doing happy dances for all the fun things we've been planning. And like Queen Bree said, save the date, November 16th. And we are going to be registering for the event. If you are needing to get on the list right away, we have an email address specifically for ticketing, and we will be putting that on the website. But if you're listening today, that email address is cleangreensevents@gmail.com. And we will make sure you're on the list because I don't know, I have a feeling it's gonna be a sellout.
It's gonna be a sellout, and we're doing it. I like that we're doing it half in person, half out person. We want to respect COVID regulations. So there'll be a limited seats in and then the rest will be on Zoom, but it's going to be big. You're going to want to be there. So if I were you and I were listening, I would go to that email address again and just say, hey, sign me up. Contact me when you get ready because I want to be there. Be there or be square.
It's going to be fun. We're going to have music. We're going to have food. We've got some really amazing entertainers as well.
I'm excited. Listen, Robyn, like yesterday morning, I'm still laughing at the whole call scene yesterday. But Robyn was so excited she called me, and I was indisposed. Is that the word that we use? But we were just so excited. And you know what? That inspired me to talk. Let's talk about this. I don't think our guest is coming. What do you think?
You know what? I feel remiss that I didn't send another reminder because I sent the login a while back. And you know, it's hard out there these days just to make it to everything we need to get to. So I'm confident we'll be able to have our guests back, and we've got some wonderful guests coming up. But yeah, we have plenty to talk to you about and tell you about today for sure.
Yeah, and she's not flaking. She is a very busy woman in this community. And I was just honored that she even gave us her time. So maybe we'll have her on a different time. But we could talk about, throughout the year, we have been talking about self-care, relaxing, getting active. We're coming through here. We can do some check-ins.
I saw you had some really great questions prepared that would apply to any of us anyways. And speaking of self-care, I am curious that you've become quite a leader, Queen Bree, and I was curious to what is your self-care like today, and how has it changed?
Oh my God. Okay, look, I feel I'm being interviewed. No, just play it. My self-care today is I have been getting okay with not doing anything. Like I was self-caring, like I really got into heavily to washing my face. Like I used to wash my face, but now it's like wash your face, moisturize your face, put that retinol to keep your face looking young, which I have been getting compliments. So thanks everybody. And face masking and just so for me that was self-care at one point. But you know what another form of self-care is? Being okay with not doing anything. Just sitting there quietly and taking a full day to not do anything, answer any phone calls, answer that is like work related or any emails. I've been doing that, and one, is hard, but two, it's peaceful, and I've been feeling a whole lot better. To when I come back to work, I can do so much more.
Mm.
And I keep like this world has you so convinced that if you're not moving, you're not productive and you're not useful. But you have to have downtime. You just need it for your brain. So that is what I've been doing. I have been going down with the fight within myself internally because I'm always used to doing, going, being superwoman for everybody. And remember, we talked about this early this year, and I promise you I'm going to post those videos from our conference. But just not for one day taking that Wonder Woman, Superwoman hat off and just being Bree.
Mm.
So what is
I love it. No,
yeah.
I actually was really wanting to ask you about this when I was looking at your Instagram stories today, and you posted something about that challenge of why it's so hard to do that, and that is because of all the outside pressure and all of the conditioning, and that goes back, that's not that new, that's always been like rest is a radical thing, and I think we've had some guests on in the past speaking on that, and I want to a little bit unpack that. So what does that show up like? It shows up like, okay, I've decided not to do anything, or maybe our bodies tell us like, I'm not gonna answer emails all day long or all night. Today I need to rest. And then what happens? Your brain starts telling you that you're not doing stuff. So, and
yes.
That's the hard part, right?
Yes. And you have to constantly have this conversation with yourself. Like I'm literally like, you would think I'm crazy if you were like in my mind. I'm literally counseling myself as I do it. Like, you have been working through trauma. This is work trauma. This is trauma that you always have to be working. And I mean, I don't know if I mean, I can only speak from my Black experience. I don't know how it is for you guys, but I'm wondering, is this from slavery where they always feel like you had to work extra hard as a Black person to prove that you weren't lazy? And that's just been passed on to our generation. And I had to really address that for myself, because then I started getting frustrated with my kids. Like, why can't you do this when I said it, how I said it? And it's like, one, they're still learning. Two, just because they don't do it the way I need them to do it doesn't mean that it's not getting done. And I need to have a little bit more patience. But while I'm speaking that to them, I need to be unpacking that and speaking that to myself, that I don't have to get things done perfectly all the time. That sometimes it's just okay to just be a mess and just sit there and just quiet. So I'm literally every day, not every day, but when I do it, I am having a conversation with myself, and it's been going on for a couple of weeks. And just yesterday was one of those days, and I felt good. I felt complete.
I love it. Yeah. So if you're just tuning in, this is Clean Greens Living on Rainier Avenue Radio. And we are talking about that moment where, or maybe you haven't even thought of it. Maybe you're still trying to be as productive as you can, and every moment use this time. And a lot of it is, that's the demands on us these days, but a lot of it is conditioning. So we realize we can take time for ourselves and slow down on our self-care journey. That's sometimes where it goes. It starts with like, I'm going to take care of myself a little bit. And then it starts with like, what does it mean to rest? And then when you try, this is what we're talking about, is that moment in your head where the conditioning comes back and it tells you you need to move. And you were talking about your experience as a Black woman versus my experience. And that is truth. I believe it all stems back to that. That the model of enslavement went to corporate culture, so now it's like everybody is supposed to be working for the corporate entity or the group, and as much as you can every moment, they have like the metrics and everything of being, and so it says there's no value in rest, when we have to decide to dismantle that idea because of where it comes from and realize there is value in rest. And then sometimes corporate culture believes if you meditate, you'll be more productive, when it's like, actually, if we meditate, maybe we'll be more imaginative and we'll work on building a new future, or a future based on different cultural ideas, or a mesh, but just definitely not the one that was the roots of this country in that way. So
and you know what, I think we're getting that way, because I feel like I've noticed a lot more, because you know how it's like this hustle culture where if you're not hustling 24 hours a day, you're not doing anything. And I see people revolting against that, and I love that, because you have to rest. Even when we talk about Dr. Jeffrey's book, it talks about staying guarded. And if you're overworked and you're tired and you're burnt out, you're not staying guarded and you're not staying focused on things that you need to do. So I'm happy that people are starting to get that way, where they're like, no, rest is mandatory. Working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week is not the way to go. And another thing that, because you know what, we used to convince ourselves when I worked for this other organization, the work will always be there. We used to tell each other, take your breaks, take your lunch. Because we used to work through our breaks. We used to work through our lunch. We were burnt out. We're like, that to-do list will be there. Those things to do will be there. Take the time to relax. And if it helps you keep focused, what helps me too is that I started to write to-do lists. And another thing that I just literally added was brain breaks.
Ooh, love it.
I learned that from like the school when I was interviewing this teacher. The school kept letting out over COVID through brain breaks. And we need that too. Like, have your to-do list, but take a brain break. Relax your brain. Let it flow. Don't do anything. And then give yourself a time limit and pick back up.
I love that. I love it. Yeah, time limits work. And I have been told by some very successful, hardworking mentors to schedule in sometimes your time, your rest time, because otherwise it'll catch up to you in a number of ways. And you know what's one of my favorite rest times / brain breaks, getaways, is going to the farm. I was like, I hadn't been able to go in maybe 2 weeks for some other things, and it was just so wonderful. The air out there, I know we talk about it on the show.
I needed that air.
Yeah.
I needed that air. I have been coughing so bad. And I'm like, I have to tell people it's not COVID. I promise you, it's my allergies. And I was out at that farm. I didn't cough not one bit.
Yeah.
But on the drive back, you can tell the change in air quality.
Oh, man.
Oh, my throat. I thought I was about to have, like, I took a test. It was like, you don't have asthma, but you don't not have asthma.
Ooh.
And it was like, I started feeling like that asthmatic moment where I was like trying to catch my breath. So that air, oof, I love it.
I know. It replenishes us. So, if you don't have a chance to get out to the farm, by the way, you're always welcome to come join us at the farm. We have plenty of time for volunteers, and we have a food giveaway on Saturday. If you at least want to come and see what all the vegetables are like and take free vegetables, there's a giveaway. And Clean Greens even gives away food on Saturdays with Rainier Avenue Radio. So both these beautiful community organizations are here for you and here to help. But yeah, if you don't have a chance to get out to the farm, give yourself brain breaks, give yourself a chance to go on a walk. It is so hard. It's hard to tear away from the idea of doing things and getting things done. And that's been a big challenge for me. So I'm going to think of you next time I'm due for a brain break.
Just picture us you're in this chair and you're on the couch while you're relaxing and I'm walking you through it.
I love it.
It's very important because I realized too that I got into this moment where I was so busy out doing things for other people that I wasn't doing a lot at home that I could be. And so with that brain break, yesterday I started organizing stuff and moving stuff out, getting rid of things, moving stuff around. And I immediately started feeling so much better because I'm getting organized within my home. And me and my cousins had this conversation too. And we always need this reminder, when your space is where you need it to be, you'll feel so much better and you can process a lot more. Like I notice, like when I'm around a lot of mess, I'm stressed, I'm mad, I'm angry. And so just making sure that those things are done and organized. Just yesterday, and I just started, I'm not even done, but just the chunk that I did made me feel so much better.
Isn't that fun? I do know that feeling. That's a wonderful feeling. And this is a good time of year to do that. Quarterly, it's fall. It's officially fall. Fall. Your favorite.
I was driving through the farm. I'm like, Christmas trees is growing, corn is growing. I'm like, the colors is changing.
Yeah, it's so pretty. And I love this. I like the streets in Seattle. Like, when you drive down like Martin Luther King Jr. Way and the trees are they give you like a little corridor and they're turning yellow. So pretty.
I love it when, I hate trick-or-treating, but.
Ooh, I'll join you there. It's not my thing.
It's not my favorite. I'm like, I'm not trying to take away these kids' childhood, but Lord, can we get a mandate where we don't have to trick or treat?
For real.
But, I do like when I'm trick or treating when it's like freshly rained and you're walking through the leaves on the ground and there's leaves on the trees. And then I also love in the fall, my favorite is how it seems like the sun changes. The way the sun looks on everything is so surreal. It's like we're not even like Coriel says, is this a dream? Because it's just so surreal. So I love the fall.
That is pretty. And we had a really, really pretty full moon just a couple days ago. So I love that harvest moon. I'm not sure if that's the one it was, but it's getting close to that. But yes, that beautiful fall leaves experience for trick-or-treating makes it bearable, I guess.
Right.
But it's so beautiful.
Did we talk about what your self-care was?
I don't know, but you know what? Gratitude is one of my favorite practices. And actually it's an indicator if things are off, if I don't feel very connected to being grateful. And I have been working hard and people in my life are so wonderful. And I was like, I'm going to treat myself to a massage. And my sister is just so sweet and supportive. And she's like, I'm going to Venmo you that. And took care of it for me. And I was like, that is so sweet. And I have gotten to do some of that recently. And that's been wonderful. I love, the Epsom salt bath, but the self-care is the mindfulness and just checking in with the routine. I love to dance for a workout. So I've gotten to do some of those. And even when I don't have the energy, I get the energy once I start. And I'm not obsessive. I wish I was more, with working out, but even just the walks, I've been doing more walks and walks with my dog and my daughter. And it's a nice time to check in. And I leave my phone. I know you don't believe it, but I leave my phone.
I believe you. Because I leave my phone too sometimes when I take them to the park or we're going to walk, just to stay focused on the moment.
Yeah. So that's my main way, I think.
Those are good ones.
Like a little bit of that.
Those are really good ones, especially the gratitude. Because if you're focusing on what you're grateful for, you're starting to feel better and you're starting to internalize and you're starting to realize all the things that you have. And the things that we're ungrateful for and we're looking for and we're striving for sometimes isn't even necessary for us. Like a lot of times people look for like riches, but it's like when I look around and I can make sure my kids have a roof over their head and we have an abundance of food to feed them. When I first got pregnant, I was like, how am I going to feed this kid? And now I'm 4 kids in and she's 18 and we survived and they get to get fed. So gratefulness is a really good form of self-care and keeping that mind steady and focused. Because if you're not, you're stressed out and your body's stressed out and then you got ulcers and you got headaches.
Yeah.
So those are really good forms. And I think I'm trying to catch up to you. You want to do extra. I'm just trying to get moving. Do a good mixture of everything.
Yeah. Well, I think we are out of time. Oh, maybe not. Anyways, it's been so wonderful here chatting with you today. And yeah, what?
It was, and I'm happy that you took it there because that was a good idea. I do wanted to give one update that we are still going to be going to the farm through October. And if people want to come join us and breathe that beautiful fresh air, and we are not just saying this to get you out there. Everyone that comes out there has this spiritual moment. Oh, time's up. Come join us every Friday starting October. We'll be out at the farm. Thanks for joining. Up next is RAR. I mean, up next is Traffic Jam.
This is Rainier Avenue Radio.